Well, I'm on a little gathering with some members of the Dinghy Cruising Association, and we've just left La Rochelle, several of my mates behind, and a couple of four, and you won't be able to see it, but I'm pointing the camera towards the Isle of Aix. We're on the north part of the sheltered waters to the east of the Isle of Oloron and to the west of southwest of La Rochelle. And we're on a sort of southwesterly course. Two boats in front of me, and on the horizon, which you won't be able to see either, is the Fort Boyard, which is still quite a long way away. And we're going to the north of the Isle of Oloron. It's about 12 nautical miles. Beautiful conditions. Winds come up a little bit. We seem to have probably about 10 knots, and calm waters because the wind is coming from the land. A few ships out to sea. The fishing boat. One of ours there. Obviously, he's hauling up his jib, and I've done mine. So yes, I'm going quite well. So I'll leave off here and maybe do another little film as I pass the Isle of Aix or the Fort Boyard. And actually, the coast of the Ile de Laurent is just about visible. It's a good. It's not bad visibility today. Right, well, the swell's kicking up a little bit as we're out of port. So, see you later. We are now approaching the Isle of Oloron. The port was still at low tide, so we're approaching very slowly because we need the water to be a bit higher. And we're 6 boats. Those are 2 of them, and others are rather far behind us. And the West Cardinal buoy, and we're sort of where I'm pointing the camera between 2 beaches. That appears to be the channel where we go. I've never been here before. I've been on another part of the island some years ago. Just looking down into the water to see if there's any problem with shallowness, but they all seem to be doing all right. We all have our rudders down, and my centreboard's up, sewing machine on the back. So there we are. A little bit more when we get into port. We have just left Dua on the Ile de Laurent, and it's quite a frisky wind this morning. So we've taken in a reef, and we seem to be waiting for each other. So I'm good to. We need to get back together a bit. It's a bit choppy here because the wind's coming from the southeast, from the land, and we're going to go over in that direction, which is La Rochelle, and the bridge to the bay. So it should be quite an interesting morning. Right. We set off with reefs. I've still reefed. Making pretty good progress. The wind is it's estimated by the forecast to be up to about 14 to 15 knots. But I think it's far below that. It's quite nice, gentle sailing. two French friends in those two boats there. Former with solid. There's another boat over there. There are 6 of us. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, there's one behind me. I'd like to take care of everybody else. Oh God. Yeah. My rudder. Okay. It's been quite a tough fight to beat the currents and the waves. It's been the wind picked up, not so very long ago. We're nearly at La Rochelle. And that is the coast of I've just passed that Cardinal and the lighthouse. One boat is down, but it's got an engine in order to be autonomous. I think there are there's a boat or two behind me. That makes 4 of us. There's supposed to be 6 of us, and it hasn't always been easy to understand what's said on the VHF. Anyway, so looks like there are 2 of us who are going to try the bridge. We don't know what the current is going to decide for us. I'm not sure what the plan is. It's a little bit ambiguous. 2 waves here. Oh! That's all right. I managed to might not get knocked over. There are less of them, but they're still pretty swell. Before I get knocked down. Well, we're coming closer to a place called La Rochelle. Still 2 boats in front of me on a port tack, and I'm on a port tack as well, with a following wind, and we're not going to be able to go into the port immediately. So we've just been told that there are buoys that we can catch and hang on to and wait until there's enough tide to get in. I think the tide is about the low tide is probably around about now, so we'll have to wait for a few hours for a higher tide to be able to get into the port. Well, it's a rather lovely day. There's a bit of a swell on this bit now that we're far north of the bridge. So every time we get a wave, I surf. It's not too bad. It's quite gentle. I've just got to be very careful because I'm so near all of the jibs flopping about, which is the first warning of a jibe. But I can feel it in me. Ooh, yeah. There's not very much pressure in the main, so I'll just have to. But I seem not to be sailing by the lee just at the moment. So I'll just carry on until I get nearer to the port, and I'll take the sails down and finish off by engine and grab a buoy. See you later. We've now arrived at La Rochelle. It's about we've got about an hour and a half to wait before we can get into port because it's low tide. So we're tied up to buoys here, waiting buoys, and it's still blowing a good gust or 2. So this is the only way I could get attached to the buoy with this wind. So we'll be going in when we can, and in the meantime we're ready to have some lunch between the cooking, of course. Just when I can. Okay, so there's good people around, and it's one because there are 5 of us boats, and the 6th boat that demasted had to go into La Rochelle by motor, and hopefully he'll be able to repair. Here's another gust. You can probably see it quite well on the water. There's a gust of about, I'd say about 18 to 20 knots. So there's no problem here. I'm attached to the buoy and hove too. So we just have to wait. The fishing boat is setting off. He's setting off from his buoy, but I'm just wondering if he's going into the port. Maybe it's possible. We thought it wouldn't be possible to go in much before 4 in the afternoon. Anyway, we'll have a look and see what this fishing boat does, and then we can think what we can do. In any case, we'll be going in by motor. We've all taken our sails down. Okay, so see you later. This is La Flotte, the harbour in the middle. Some lovely houses and buildings and shops of the style of the country. And so I'm going to walk down towards the port. Well, the port is here, and the boat is towards the other end. The wind has died down a bit, which is not bad. This is really lovely. This is really the Champs Maritimes. This lovely avenue here. There's a hotel there, and it all looks very much the Napoleonic era. So here's the harbour entrance, and the tide's come in a bit more. That's the Capitanerie, the harbour master's office, and down here we have our boats. We are now leaving La Flotte on the Ile de Ré, and we're going out to sea because we've got the wind against us, because we're going to go around to Ars, which is in a kind of marshy area. It's going to be rather interesting. It's the next episode of Swallows and Amazons for adults, and we're all six of us boats are out. We're very slowly close hauling. Wind is now in the direction of that yacht. I've got its bow straight onto us, so that's the wind direction. The closest we could go on the other tack would be that direction, but which is still the coast. So we're going to go out quite a long way, and we're taking advantage of the current. So it's now about I guess 9ish in the morning. So that should enable us to get the ebb current to help us a little bit along the way. So we're now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats. One's quite a long way back, but he'll probably use his engine to catch up. Okay, so until the next instalment. Now we're on the starboard tack and going along the island towards the west. We had to close haul out quite a long way, and again we close hauled on the starboard tack. So how many? Oh dear, one boat quite a long way behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh, there are 2 boats I can't see. Oh well, I'm sure they'll turn up. Alright, these are not dangerous conditions. Right, see you later. Last one with the piece of black, when the route there's a sharp church speed straight ahead. I don't know if you'll see it on the video, but we're now going down Martin Channel. Just on the left here is all oyster beds. Get involved with those so you can get your boat. So that's and then so obviously all these are sandbanks here in the middle of the lagoon, and then there's a bit of land. Yes, it's quite a strange formation. You can see it. Down here. The ours is just about. This is where ours is.